Alright, we are live. We're live a little early. I thought I had more to do still on here than I did. These need another coat. I think these guys are probably good down here, actually. Now that they've had a chance to dry and all. So, hopefully, we'll be done this guy today. We need to be done this guy today. Because I have another present I need to work on that I haven't thought about ahead of time. So, we need to get going here. So this was... Oh, I tried to grab 3 bits of water here. It didn't really want to grab... The plate didn't want to take the water from me. But that's okay. I'm using a container lid today because it's lighter. I don't know how chatty I'm going to be today because I am battling a headache. I'm not fully incapacitated migraine, but if I didn't need to get this guy done today, I probably would have canceled just to be in a gremlin state and just sit there and stare most of the day. But we're getting into making crunch time because stuff has to be mailed out. To get where it's a going, so alright, which one's my liner? Okay, so we are gonna start this lid was in my section under my desk to be used for painting, but it kind of looks like I've not used it to paint with before. Simply because there's like all kinds of fuzz all over it. It's not a brand new container lid by any stretch of the imagination. But the paint did not want to, or the water didn't want to puddle on it very well. And it kind of had some fuzz on it that I had to try to wipe off, but now it's like kind of staticky. And I didn't see any as evidence, words are hard today, of me having painted with it before. Which usually means some sort of paint residue that got left, right? I try to clean them, but the plastic lids usually have some sort of paint chip on there that didn't want to let go. I could have used the plate. It looked like I did clean the plate last week. But the plate was heavy. And I didn't want to have to have that weight pulling down on my neck here. because we're in a temperature fluctuation again, where we had dropped down to like the 40s and 50s for several days, and I had finally kind of gotten used to that. And now today it's supposed to be 70, and the rest of the week is supposed to be in the low 70s. And while I'm okay with that, in fact, I would have been more okay if I had been feeling better so I could start putting up my Christmas decorations while it's warmer out. But my neck's like, oh no, guess what? We don't like this sudden temperature change, so screw you and everybody else. And the broom they rode in on. And we are going to not be happy about this. I'm like, great, thanks. That's super helpful, Nick. I've got things to do. I didn't get any editing done this weekend really. Maybe one day I got a few minutes of video editing done. I didn't get anything done yesterday after stream. I made dinner. Did dishes. Well, I got some chores done. I got some food processed in the freezer. We're not quite done that. We've got one more thing we have left to finish processing, but husband said he would take care of that. I think that needs to happen today. I think. It got a little thin in there. Just trying to clean that up. So because our bucket, well, my bucket list trip got canceled, I was just curious to see what hotel prices were looking like. Now I really don't care about having Thanksgiving on Thanksgiving, but my mom does for some freaking reason. And so we were supposed to travel the week before, and we were going to go to SeaWorld so I could see the Christmas lights, and we couldn't push it to the beginning of December because her sister goes back up to New Jersey, and that's who she was going to be staying with and who she wanted to see along with my brother and all this. So and she wanted Thanksgiving on Thanksgiving, so we were going to have to be back. We're going to have to rush home to be back in time to make Thanksgiving dinner. But then I was looking at the hotel prices, and the week of Thanksgiving is the lowest price I've ever seen at that hotel, and I'm like, huh. I don't care about traveling on Thanksgiving. I mean, I don't want to be in Black Friday traffic. That's not fun. That doesn't sound like fun to me. But you know, arriving ahead of time and like staying the week, I'm cool with that. I was seeing like prices of 110 at DoubleTree. I was like, holy shit. Which was where we were gonna stay. I'm like, I've never seen it that low for that particular one. I'm not tied to like the Thanksgiving meal having to be on Thanksgiving, but I kind of got that way after having to work some holidays and stuff, and I'm like, well, you know what? It's just going to be easier on me if we do it either the day before or the day after. But we're not going this month anymore, so we have pushed it back to either April or May. We haven't fully locked in a date yet. And of course, while we're gone, the channel will be in vacation mode. There was a fuzz in there. And I didn't. And I just put my hand in the wet paint. Of course I did. Trying to chase this fuzz. Now I have to go back and fix all of that. My own fault, right? Because I was working towards me instead of away from me. So, obviously, since we're not going during the Christmas season, we won't be seeing the Christmas lights at SeaWorld, so we're not going to SeaWorld now. And we don't have enough money to go back to Key West yet, so we're just gonna go down to South Florida. And look for seashells and go metal detecting. For a couple of days. There's a flea market down there I want to check out. Maybe I'll find some flamingo friends to bring home. Don't know. Probably won't, but it's Florida, so I found a surprising number of flea market things or junk store things here with flamingos, of all places. So, you never know. I'm just kind of adding a little bit more into this section since I put my hand in it. You did let Mr. Bean out, right? Husband? Russell? Russell?
Hmm?
You did let Mr. Bean out, right?
Yes.
He's being really quiet. There he is. Cow must have been hiding from him. Ah, yes, the Serenade of Cow. That's okay. Mr. Bean can give Cow a run for his money. We give them timeouts when it's getting to be a bit much, but Cow's a bit of a drama queen on top of it. He'll be making those noises even when the kitten hasn't touched him. But he keeps bothering Little's Cow, that is. Like purposely bothering her. So Bean can purposely bother him for a little while. And Littles really does not want to be bothered by Cow, and I keep telling him to leave her alone, and I keep separating them. And then she fights him. Like fur flying, really angry cat noises, and I have to go out there and break it up. I'm like, look, you. One of these times I'm not going to be able to break it up fast enough. She's telling you to leave her alone, and you're not listening. It's like one of those little kids that keeps trying to stick the penny in the electrical socket. It's like, all right, I've told you how many times not to do it. It gets to the point where you're like, all right, fine, see what happens. I mean, a child I wouldn't actually let do it, but I mean, you get the analogy, right? All right. This one is laying on top of that. And then this guy. So everybody's Monday is off to, at the very least, a better start than mine. Hopefully. That is going to come up this way. Oh, I still didn't grab it. There we go. I picked up a fuzzy guy. Not entirely sure where I picked them up from. Could have been off the plate that I missed when I was wiping everything down. But it could have also been off of our canvas here. Okay. So hopefully, hard to tell with the way the lighting is at the moment, but hopefully the outline is starting to show up a little bit. It's kind of showing. My one camera preview is a reverse image, so I was like, wait, where am I looking? I had to take a moment to figure out which camera I needed to be looking at. Doesn't help that my hands like to wiggle, so at times trying to get outlining done can be a bit of a challenge. I'm gonna need to do a maintenance rinse here soon. But I was trying to get this section outlined first. Before needing to do that. So some of the paint has dried a bit on my plate here. Not the section I'm actively working out of, but the rest of it has. I'm like kind of smushing it to a corner. It's getting less liquidy here though, as we are going along. I can tell, A, because of the consistency of it, as I'm picking it up, and B, I can also tell by how it's coming off the brush. My lines are getting a little bit thicker in places. So I'm gonna need to be careful here. Coming up, because we're entering put your hand in it territory yet again. And I've been there, bought the t-shirt, and I'm trying not to have to stop there again. Okay. We're getting there. We're getting there. Okay. I'm due to rinse. I just want to make sure that I am rinsing that as well as I can. Okay. So now I left off outlining here. So we need to pick that back up to here. Right, we'll do that next, I guess. So let's get some more paint shooketh here. squeeze all of that out so I don't waste so much. I did another drop of paint and added a little bit of water to it since this has been a little bit of a thicker paint. It's needed just a little bit of thinning down just to make it a little bit easier to work with here. While at the same time trying not to thin it down too much. Because that right there is a little too thin, I think. But it'll dry a little bit darker. As we go here. And I can also come back in and touch that up where I need to. It's just a slight little bit in there that looks like it could use just a little touch up on the rib section. That's actually just needed a little touch up there as well. Or I'm just being impatient about it. I'm like, no. That oh no. My husband's trying to make Chex Mix. With the kitten loose. How the fuck's he gonna do that? Hold on a second. I need to. That just like pulled that all up, didn't it? It's a little thin to me, but it might be okay. Maybe. I don't have my desk mat down because it's kind of filthy. I need to clean it. I'm not entirely sure how to go about cleaning it though. I might just have to like take a wet paper towel and kind of, I guess, like surface clean it. I guess. I'm not real sure. Because, like, I don't want to submerge it. I don't know what that would do to the backing on it. It might be okay if I let it air dry. Maybe. Okay. We've got those. Alright, so I'm gonna grab my round guy here. And I'm gonna start filling in these rib sections here. With their first coat. So it's going to be a little see-through. Since it is first coat on this guy. I'm surprised you walked away from stuff.
It's in the oven. And I secured everything as well as I can. I'm sure he's going to get into trouble, but
Whose batch went in first?
uh, mine. Although it could be anyone's at this point. There's no peanuts.
Well, mine was getting the other
Well, true. Okay,
seasoning.
mine or your mom's.
Oh, hi, Mr. Bean. That's my pants, Mr. Bean. That's my toes, Mr. Bean. Hi, buddy. Hi, Mr. Beans. Did you leave me already? I guess you did. I didn't make the fun noises he wanted, so he went on his way. I guess he went on his way. I don't know where he's at now.
Oh, who the hell knows? Hop getting in trouble.
He has a spring still behind Zuzu's bed. It's pink. Alright, so I wasn't that terribly worried about the pencil lines that were still showing through the white sections on these, because I already knew I was gonna have to do a couple coats of this color, this gold color. So it kind of became like when the kneaded eraser wasn't pulling them up, I was like, right. I mean, I could have pulled out the plastic eraser, but at that point, I was like, yeah, it's fine. I'm not gonna stress it too much. Okay. Some of these I've got really thin. Probably could have made them a little bit wider in a couple of places there. I'll definitely need to get some more paint out here. I've just been working in small amounts. So it doesn't decide to dry up on me. Before we've even gotten through half of it. So I am using Folk Art Metallic Pure Gold. Not sponsored. None of this is sponsored. Hi, Mr. Thunderfeet. What you doing? Where's all your toys? Did you hide them all behind the stove again? We found like 9 behind our stove or under our stove, and we had to move it to reset the electronic board on it. And he's promptly just about lost them all again. Not entirely sure where they all are this time. Okay, so we are working on first coats. In this section. This guy's gonna be up here a bit. I don't know how long my brother's gift is gonna take me. I don't think it'll take me all that long because it's gonna be a small one. But if I have to finish that off stream, I have to finish it off stream. We will see. How that one goes. I've got the photo printed. I haven't transferred it yet. To the canvas. Kind of figured that would be something we could do together. I was going to digitally line work it. And then I realized I don't need to because the lines are pretty simple on it. So I didn't really need to do any prep work on the pad. I mean, I could if I wanted to, and then just print out the line work, which is what I was originally going to do. But you can old school it, and we're just gonna old school it this time. Try to be as careful as I can while trying to get this first coat on here. So I'm probably going to throw the first coat on this other one, but still to the side here. That hasn't been filled in entirely yet. Don't remember why I left that one not filled in at all, or if I just ran out of time and was like, oh, well, we'll start that one first next time, and I didn't. Okay. Okay, slide this over just a little bit. And I'll fill in this guy. So these guys that my hand is currently resting on, they need their second coat. And I don't know if I've got enough down here to do that one with. I mean, I might, but I don't know how far I'm gonna get. Keep on filling in this section at least. Like, I've still got a little bit here, but okay. So how much do I have here? I've got a little bit still. Probably have more than I realize. So sometimes it takes the 3 coats. Just make sure I've got everything covered well with this stuff. Always feels like I've got a valley hanging out in the middle of thinness here. Yeah, so this is probably going to need that third pass on it. just for how I'm seeing coat 2 come in. I don't remember if I did third pass on the other ones at the bottom. I mean, this could dry and I could decide, well, maybe a couple of touch-up spots, but not like the full thing here. We'll see. All right. We're getting there. It's a slow process. At least for how I'm doing it. Okay. All right, and I think I've got one more here. Who is that? Is that cow? Yeah, that's cow. Yeah, of course it's cow cow. Cats are being cats. As loudly as they can. He does have his cuddly moment. Hey! Hey! Don't be coming over here! Don't be bringing that nonsense over here. Not right now. No, we're not climbing my chair. No. No. Hi, Bean. What's up, buddy? Hi. You're focused. Get down, okay? Get down. Come on. Boop. Good job. He's very focused on cow at the moment. Hey, hey, stop climbing my chair. Mr. Bean. Oh, Mr. Bean, you're about to be in trouble. My chair is not a rock wall. Get down. Mr. Bean? Hey! 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 What are you doing? Why are you on the back of my chair? Hi. No. Come on. We're getting down. Cow. You go. And take Mr. Bean with you. He was so focused on cow that he was just clinging to the top of my chair after he scaled it like Everest. This chair is only a year old and they're shredding it. Gonna have to get some pink duct tape or something. Start wrapping the chair in it. So we're gonna rinse that now. There's just fuzz floating through the air. That can go back there. That's gonna go there. Okay, so those bubbles still need to be outlined. I wonder, can I flip this? Yeah, we can access those a bit easier from this side. One, two, I guess we'll go three on that. Maybe we'll just do 2 brushes of water on this one just so it's not too crazy thin. But I don't want it so thick that it's struggling to come off my brush, you know? Because that's not going to help anybody. Okay. Put my water cup down. I want my liner. Okay. So I'm gonna grab my liner brush. I'm using a 10/0. I don't know if that really makes a difference to anybody. Probably not. And I'm just gonna start working on outlining our bubbles here. I don't want it real thick around the bubbles. But I do need like a little bit. Doesn't have to be anything like super drastic here. Need a little bit. Go around these guys. Oh, got a little thick there. Oh well, it happens, right? Not much one can do about it. I mean, I could come back in and touch it up to thin it out with some of our black paint, but I don't think I am feeling quite that neurotic about it. I'm just trying to give those ribbing sections a chance to dry. That's why I'm kind of over here at the moment. Because why not? And then this side will be all outlined up there. Alright. Let me go ahead and rinse this guy. Nope, I'm just knocking everything over. To pick up my 3-0 round. 3/0. Alright, and I'm gonna flip this guy back around. Make sure that we are mostly in frame. Alright. And this is coming back in, I believe, with coat number 2. In this section. And I'm just realizing I missed putting in a spoke. I guess I was thinking it was connecting to here, but it could have had its own. I mean, it's kind of funny that I'm realizing this now. I'm not gonna change it, but really? Moobot. Moobot, what are you doing? Well, sorry, digital, whatever the hell that says. I don't have my glasses on. What's today's date anyway? Okay, so you made that at some point yesterday. I'm surprised Moobot didn't grab that. Am I locked out of Moobot? Every so often, I get logged out. No, it's there. Okay. Moobot just being lazy today, I guess. Oh, that was a fuck up. My brush is just like, oh, we're going this way. I'm like, no, no. And it had gone too far at that point, so I'm like, alright. Not too bad of a fuck up, though. A fixable fuck up. But a fuck up nonetheless. Does she? Oh, okay. For a second, it sounded like my mom was in the laundry room. She is not. Okay. We will get all of this put into here. Damn it. I just realized he's making Chex Mix on a day where I'm not up to dealing with dishes.
I'm going to be locked up.
Mr. Wheels. What's wrong?
Snappy time from almost work. Need to attack my.
Well, he's attacking your hand because he knows he's going in the bedroom and he doesn't want to be in the bedroom right now. It's fun time. So if we leave it up to him, it's a kitten rave all the time. Okay. Sometimes I have to block the lights to see if I actually did get a section. But I'm not just looking at the light glare thinking I did. Ugh. I feel like everything I was doing before stream to try to feel better is wearing off. That's not cool because I am not done yet. I got a little bit further on my mom's Christmas present, though I kind of messed up and put a wrong color thread in one spot. I mean, it'll be fine. The pattern is very hard to read with the colors in some spots anyway. I mean, it was a fairly obvious spot that I messed up. I don't know why I was thinking that had to go in that spot. But the rest of it, it's just like listing off color numbers. And they're like, this stitch, all of those in here. And I'm like, but what goes where? So I guess we've definitely entered the choose your own adventure stage. Like, I bought some more colors that are similar to what was in the kit because I had run out of one color because I didn't understand necessarily what they were telling me to do in this one spot. And I think I put way too much thread in there. Sort of situation. Okay. So I kind of have to go a little bit slower in here, just so I don't like completely go off the rails here. I don't know that these will need a third coat. Some spots might just need a little bit of a touch up here and there. But I'm not sure yet. Like, I want to keep coming back to the one next to me for some reason. It's looking like it didn't get that second coat. I don't know why, because it did. I'm not sure yet. I'm gonna have to do one more round of paint on the plate. Now, just to reiterate what I've said before, I'm using a container lid that we don't have the container for any longer. The container broke or got funky and we threw out the container itself. If you're gonna reuse or use a food item for artwork, that's it. It is now for art. I would not reuse this for food at all. This is now a art item. Because you never know. You could wash the bejesus out of it, but you never know what residues might remain behind. And it's just safer that way. So keep that in mind. Like, I've got a whole bunch of these put away in my art stuff. And because I'm reusing these for this, if they get too funky, and I can't get the paint off, I can just go ahead and toss it at that point. But I do try to wash them and reuse them as much as I can. And I mean, I have a couple of palettes, but for some reason, my actual paint palettes, I seem to have a much harder time cleaning than I do these guys. So I just kind of accepted that. And sometimes I don't want the paint palette. It depends on what I'm using. Like oils, I have my own oil palette that's dedicated to them, right? Because they always leave behind some kind of weird film that's hard to clean off of that. That palette, those brushes, those tools, all of that is specific to the oil painting and will remain as such. At this point. Sometimes the flat palettes aren't going to work for me if I'm doing watercolor or even gouache at times. I need a palette that's got wells in it. Sorry, it's a little bit slower of a brain day, and I do apologize for that. Okay. Like, I think it's just the way the light's reflecting off it, but I feel like I keep seeing like a white edge in there, and it's driving me crazy. I'm pretty sure it's just the way that the light is hitting. Oh, damn. I feel like these lines are getting a little messy. But I don't know if they actually are or if it's just like the angle that I'm on. I guess they're not so bad. Sorry, I just remembered.
No, it's fine. I'm gonna run and get it.
So
I just stirred it, so.
so they were in the cookie aisle.
I vaguely remember. Top shelf on it.
I don't know if it was top shelf, but it was kind of like the the Sausalito sized Pepperidge Farm cookie container, but it was like, I think it was like green and tan or green and white.
It. Be right back.
He's making Chex Mix. And for some reason, bagel chips are so hard to find around here. Like Stacy's makes like Simply Naked ones where it's just like butter and salt on them. And I like them. I don't know if they just sell out or what, but it is so hard to find them. We have to go on like a serious expedition to look for them at Walmart. The grocery store in our town doesn't carry them. Like, I can find the pita chips till the cows come home, but finding the bagel chips is a nightmare. Which sucks when you really want them in there. Where are this guy? Zuzu, Daddy will be right back. He had to go to the store. He won't be gone long. It's like literally at the end of our street. I'm gonna have to do a maintenance rinse here soon, I think. My brush is getting kind of gunky. And these aren't like the greatest brushes ever. I skipped. Like, wait a minute. I started at the other end. I forgot this one splits off in a Y here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to rinse here. Mostly because my brush is just so full, it's starting to dry. And yeah, I started to say these aren't like super top of the line expensive brushes, but they are what I have. Right, so we're gonna try to at least be gentle with them. Paint drying like on the very edge, like down there where the ferrule was. It is my goal to be done this guy today. It needs to be done today. That involves us going a little late. It involves us going a little late. I don't think we'll be going late though, because we're almost done. I really don't want to go late, but I also have no idea what time it is. We started about a half hour early today. Time is it? 12:26. All right. So if we have time, I might start prep on my brother's gift. We'll see how I am feeling when we get to that point. Like, I'm not so sure I need to do a third pass on this section. Kind of going to depend on how this coat has dried. I'm ready for this headache to be gone though. Kind of feels like somebody's got a fist behind my eye and they're just squeezing. I don't want to call it a full migraine though, because I'm not completely incapacitated as I can get. Sometimes I can float along and cope with it, and other times, just nope. Did they have them?
I eventually found some clean Stacy's.
They had them.
Huh?
They had the Stacy's?
Yes, and they didn't have the other ones.
They don't always have the Stacy's. I'm not used to seeing them there.
Yeah, well, they had a whole bunch of different flavors, but I found some plain, so.
Oh, they had flavored? You're sure it's the
Not that
bagel?
you like.
You're sure it's the bagel chips and not the pita chips? They have pita chips.
Bagel chips?
Okay. Just making sure, because usually it's the pita chips from them I see everywhere. Well, that's a surprise. Yeah, sometimes I'm just incapacitated in the dark. With my stomach rolling and just in agony. At the moment, it just kind of feels like I got punched in the eye. So while it's not pleasant, because I don't have to move around very much and get up and down and bend over, and like force my way to function in like a retail job or something, I can kind of cope with it at the moment. Okay, 2 coats might do it there because I got the 1 coat kind of thick. Alright, so I'm gonna grab my liner. And very, very, very carefully, because my hand is feeling extra wobbly all of the sudden. I start to outline this stuff. Yeah, because now my hand's wanting to shake at like the worst time. Like if there was ever a time I wanted my hand to not be shaky, this was one of those times. just kind of hit me that I'm going to dry with a line there that I really did not want there. Okay, I think everything is outlined now. Okay, I'm just gonna tilt this up so I can take a look. Yeah, we're good. We are just about done. There's one last thing I need to do here. Turn this guy. I mean, we're not gonna be sealing him today. And he's all signed down there in the bottom. Alright, so he is good to go. He is all complete, you guys. Finally. Alright, so he just has to dry. And he'll be all set, I think. Alright. Now, he's gonna go dry over there. So there are a couple of photos that I need to deal with here. Shoot. So I need a black pen. But I see two. Oh, wait. Grab the right. I was gonna use the other pens and save those. You know what? I don't feel like digging for them. What size are you? Ultra fine point. What are the rest of you? Ultra fine. Okay. Alright. So I don't think I'm using this one. Alright. So I have a 5x5, or as close to a 5x5 as I can get, and I have an 8x10. So these are photos of my brother's dog in grayscale. Wearing a little cowboy hat. And what I need to do is outline some shapes here. actually kind of comes down into there. There's a bit of a shape in here. Little shape in there. So there's like two things that I'm gonna be doing with this. Actually, it might kind of come up. It's kind of in here. And I've kind of got some furry things happening there. I'm not sure what this is. It might be part of her harness or collar. I think she might have also had a coat on as well. I think. So I'm just trying to darken up the lines that I'm going to be using. Essentially. She had a little cowboy hat on here. Now, the plan is to attempt to paint this. And if I have time, which I don't know that I will, I might try to needle felt it as well, which is why I'm doing the 5x5. I don't have enough time to needle felt an 8x10. I would have had to have started that a lot sooner. I'm just trying to outline the key components of it. I do have the photo in color. Sometimes it's easier to work on the reference photo to transfer it when it's in black and white. Sometimes. But I do have the color version on my computer. So I can look to that. For the actual colors that I need. Well, I'm not 100% sure that there's not another shade there. Like there might be a hint of the back line of that, but maybe not. That might be good enough for me to work with. Some of the details don't really matter in this stage. Because they're gonna get painted in, right? So and I'm gonna be looking at the reference photo. And again, like the ear kind of comes like into there, kind of. It's like another little foldy guy right in there. I think I'll have a better idea when I bring the color one up. There's some kind of dark triangle there. I'm not entirely sure. I think that just might be a shadow. And it's just like a little chihuahua. Wearing a cowboy hat. This is gonna come down this way. And we'll end up transferring it to the canvas next week. I'm just trying to get this done now. I think this might be the other side of that strap. There's like a little bit of fuzz there. I think that's all that is. And then I have this here. What's his deal? He's just being a little grumbly for some reason. And I think this is that bit of collar that we were looking at. I think that is somebody's shirt that's holding the dog. This is gonna come around into here. That around it there. I think there's like some darker spots in here. And then there's, I think, a couple of her nails visible. This weird thing for the or the collar or harness or whatever she's wearing. And I'm not entirely sure what this is. This might be like a flower. Maybe. Now that I can see it's some kind of flower or like ruffle or something. I'm not entirely sure what that is. Susie's being fussy for some reason. Alright, I think that's like the main basics of that for what I'm gonna need. The rest of it can kind of get painted in, but I'll take some tracing paper, throw it on top, and we'll transfer it that way. I don't know how well it's gonna transfer to the felt. That I might just have to push down and pierce the tracing paper. We'll see what happens with that. But we're gonna stop there today because I feel like shit. But hey, we got the Seahorse done, so that was good. And we've got this prep ready to get transferred to the canvas and the felt. So, all in all, still a productive day. We'll be back tomorrow, providing this migraine is gone, to work on the banana slug for the husband. And we'll be working on the face tomorrow. And if I get the face done, which I don't know if I'll be done the face tomorrow, it kind of depends on how that goes. But if we have enough time, we'll start the display log. I don't know that I will. We'll see how that goes. But that's the plan for tomorrow. So, hopefully we can make that happen. Hope everybody enjoys the rest of their Monday and that it goes smoothly for you. And I will see everybody tomorrow, migraine permitting. So until next time, have a good one.